Game of the week is Williamsburg hosting #1 ranked Sigourney Keota. Scott Sable has a preview.
John, Williamsburg will have their hands full tonight with Sigourney Keota and their famous spinner back offense. Because you never see the spinner back offense, it's a big adjustment for opposing teams. It's even a big adjustment for photographers, trust me. It's not easy to figure out who has the ball, and nobody does it better than the Savage Cobras, who racked up 63 points against Fort Madison last week. Williamsburg should be a good test for Sigourney Keota. They have some talented athletes and dropped a nail-biter in their opener last week to Center Point Urbana, 24-21. This isn't the only big game tonight. There's a lot of good ones out there, and we've got it all covered on Friday Night Lights. I'll be right here for the game of the week. Williamsburg hosting #1 ranked Sigourney Keota.
It might be. It could be. It is. Time for TV9's Friday Night Lights. Time to get down and dirty, to put the hats on the numbers, to go slow-mo with the pigskin floating through a crisp autumn evening. It's age-old rivalries, #1s against #2s, and key showdowns on the road to the Dome. Now, with the most comprehensive prep pigskin coverage in Eastern Iowa, TV9's Friday Night Lights is on the air.
Thank you, Frosty. Hi, everybody. I can guarantee you we are not in slow-mo tonight. Thanks for joining us for week 2 of prep football. You know, Kennedy kicked it off last night by beating 5th-rated Prairie in overtime, and we have some good action tonight. We begin in Williamsburg, where Scott Sable got a chance to see top-rated Sigourney Keota and Bob Howard's single-wing offense. Scott?
John, even though Sigourney Keota was ranked #1 in the state, I knew Williamsburg would give him a good game, and I was right. Let's check out some highlights from this one. Williamsburg had upset on their minds as they came out all jacked up for this one. A good crowd on hand. But Sigourney Keota drew first blood. The old jump pass from 1928, and it works. Over the middle to Ryan Schwenke for big yardage and a first down, and that set up the big fella. 210-pound fullback John McLaughlin. 3 yards for the game's first touchdown. And the cheerleaders say, hey, we're #1, and they were right. But Williamsburg answers through the air. Trent Henderson hooks up with Ryan Saucer all the way down to the 5-yard line with 39 seconds to play in the half. And then Henderson does it himself on the QB keeper, dives in to cut the lead to 7-6 at the half. The extra point was no good. The Savage Cobras had their spinner-back offense working in the second half. Chase Greiner breaks one to the outside, and now you see me. Now you're staring at my rear end. 76 yards for the touchdown to make it 14-6, and the Raiders answered. Henderson lets one fly for Saucer in the end zone, and check this out. He makes the sliding catch to cut the lead to 6. Or cut the lead to 14-12, but spinnerback offense was rolling. McLaughlin burrows his way down, almost gets into the end zone down to the half-yard line. That set up Bermel on the QB keeper, and Sigourney Keota holds on to beat Williamsburg 28-12.
Very good football team. They've got a lot of athletic ability and a lot of speed, and we made some mistakes in the first half, and they capitalized on them, which a good team will do, and that was just exactly the game we needed at this time of the year.
Yeah, linemen opened up some good holes for me, and the defense really did a good job. Everybody, overcame some stuff, and that's how we did it right there.
John, Sigourney Keota just plays good old-fashioned smash-mouth football, and they just pound it at you. They're going to go a long ways this year. Back to you.
Okay, Scott, thank you very much. Now we're going to jump into the
Aaron Hamilton will see if the Savage Cobras can keep it going tonight in the playoffs. Sigourney entertains Albia.
Sigourney. Albia against Sigourney. In the first quarter, Sigourney spin back. Kyle Bermel with the keeper up the middle. That's an early touchdown for a 7-0 Savage Cobra lead. Sigourney Keota at it again, and so is Kyle Bermel, the keeper around the end. 14-0 Cobras. More Cobras. This is 4th down. Bermel to Joel Pfeiffer for the first down. And that sets up Bermel to Ryan Schwenke for the touchdown. Sigourney Keota goes on to bury Albia 49-0. Finally up to man.
North Fayette looks for a berth into the championship game as they take on #1 Sigourney Keota tomorrow morning. Kickoff is 10:30 in the Dome, and obviously we are in
a semifinal game this morning. I'll have the highlights coming up.
The high-scoring one. We've got highlights and reaction coming up in sports.
Hi, everybody. John Campbell back at the Unidome, where earlier today, Sigourney Keota beat North Fayette 34-20, and the Cobras did it with the pass. It's 4th and 5 at the 13, and Kyle Bermel executes the little-used jump pass to perfection. Ryan Schwenke the catch. SK on the board first. Early second quarter, same combo, nice fade pattern, 14-zip Cobras. They played that drive and the rest of the game without their stud, John McLaughlin, who suffered a hip pointer early in the game. North Fayette started moving the ball, but turnovers killed them all day. Wes Hinna steps in front, and he returns that interception to midfield. Just before halftime, North Fayette fumbles deep in the Cobra territory, 14-zip at halftime. Third quarter, Chase Griner turns on the speed, and the Cobras were up 21-0. Ensuing kickoff, Jesse Truax is ripping through the Cobras, but he fumbles, and the Cobras are back in business again. Bermel buying time. Then he finds Joel Pfeiffer, 28-0 the lead at that point. North Fayette put 3 touchdowns on the board late, but it was too little too late. 34-20 the final.
Well, that was a big deal. I mean, we capitalized on some turnovers, and I thought the kids rallied real well without John in there, and thought we played a great football game on defense.
The Cobras will play for the state championship next Saturday morning here at the Dome. Later tonight in another semifinal, West Delaware takes on Williamsburg.
All semifinals in classes 2A and 3A. It's top 2 battle in 2A between North Fayette and Sigourney Keota. News Channel 7's Mark Woodley live at the Dome. Mark, the Hawks, what a great season they've had. But are they bound for the state semifinal into the final game for the first time since 1992?
Well, they would definitely give their all. I mean, we expected a huge offensive showing today. Both of these teams routinely put up 50 points a game. Sigourney Keota, they put up 60 on their opponents 7 times this season. The Hawks would look to quell that offensive production, but Sigourney Keota would strike first in this one. Kyle Bermel hits Ryan Schwenke from 13 out. Savage Cobras led 7-0. Then on the next drive, it's Bermel again lofting it to Schwenke. 12 yards on that strike. They would eventually take a 28-0 lead, but here come the Hawks. Kirby Hovden feeds Jesse Truax on the slant route. There goes Truax. He would run for 46 yards to the score. It's now 28-6, and then more Hawks. Hovden to Blake Succo. He hits the Jets going 52 yards. North Fayette is back within a couple scores, but the Savage Cobras slam it shut. Bermel to Schwenke for the 3rd time. North Fayette fumbled the ball away 3 times. They gave up 1 interception, and their season comes to an end with a 34-20 win. Well,
9 times out of 10, they don't make those mistakes. Today they did. So as a result, we're going home. And we got beat by a great Sigourney Keota team. I mean, not taking anything away from them. I just wish we would play a little bit better.
We could have played better, but they came out and really gave us a hard pounding up there, and we didn't make plays.
North Fayette finishes the season 11-1, and we got West Delaware, Williamsburg. We got highlights of that one coming up to tonight at 10, CK.
Okay, thanks, Mark. We'll talk to you tonight at 10 as the Hawks look to maintain an undefeated season.
Well, the Savage Cobras are thought of that single wing offense as a running team. Look at them throw the ball. That's a big shock, isn't it?
Huh?
Okay, thanks again.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
Friday, and championship matchups will be set in the high school football playoffs. The Harlan Cyclones aim for their 3rd straight title and 10th overall, and unbeaten and ranked number 1, facing North Fayette, who's also unbeaten. Big day for quarterback Kyle Bermel. He was up with Ryan Schwenke for the touchdown, and Sigourney Keota's up 14-0 at this point. Later, Bermel takes it himself from 6 yards out. That makes it 28-0. North Fayette does get on the board, but Sigourney Keota too much tonight as they advance to the finals with a 34-20 victory. Sigourney will face the winner between Prairie City Monroe and Sheldon in the 2A finals. Prairie City Monroe Mustangs feeling the kickoff, and Brett Wiggins grabs it. He breaks a few tackles, gets some downfield blocking, and he is gone. 85 yards all the way in for the Prairie City Monroe touchdown, and they have the early 6-0 lead. But it does not last. Sheldon's Jacob Crowell gets the pitch, and he rumbles his way 45 yards for the touchdown. Sheldon will go to the 2A finals. They knock off PCM final score of that one, 41-20. And don't forget, Fox is your home for the state championships. We will bring you all 6 title games live this weekend from 8-man all the way up to Class 4A. You can catch it all right here on Fox.
And came to an abrupt end in the state semis against Sigourney Keota. Savage Cobras striking early and often, leading by as many as 28. North Fayette's season ends with a 34-20 loss. Iowa
on North Fayette in the 2A semifinals.
early. It's Kyle Bermel passing to Ryan Schwenke. That makes it 14-0 Sigourney. Second quarter, more Savage Cobras. Brandon Lyle, 6 yards around the corner for the touchdown. North Fayette tries to make a game of it. This touchdown pass to Jesse Truax puts him on the board, but in the end, too much Cobras. Bermel to Schwenke again. We'll show that to you in just a second as the Savage Cobras win 34-20.
Last year when we were in here as juniors, we made some mistakes and didn't feel we played real well, and I think the kids have been, I hate using cliches and all that, but they've been on kind of a mission to make up for that, and it's been 11, almost 12 months of preparing for this.
Oh, it's tremendous. We've been working for this. It's a heck of a time. We're all excited for this game and pumped up from last year because we lost, and we just worked hard in the offseason and paid off tonight.
Sigourney will go on to face Sheldon in the 2A finals. Sheldon, the big 41-20 winners over PCM. That's it for the semifinal round. The Dome will be pretty quiet for the next few days as they prepare for the finals, which begin on Friday. Reporting live in Cedar Falls, Jared Aarons for CBS 2 Sports. Back to you, Kevin.
Jared, thank you. Great job today, and come on home and get some sleep, will you?
I'll try. Thanks.
All right, thanks a lot. Great.
But not this time around. They used the pass to beat North Fayette this morning.
It's 4th and 5 at the 13, and Kyle Bermel executes the little-used jump pass to perfection. Ryan Schwenke the catch. SK on the board first. Early second quarter, same combo, nice fade pattern, 14-zip Cobras. They played that drive and the rest of the game without their stud, John McLaughlin, who suffered a hip pointer early in the game. North Fayette started moving the ball, but turnovers killed them all day. Wes Hinna steps in front, and he returns that interception to midfield. Just before halftime, North Fayette fumbles deep in the Cobra territory, 14-zip at halftime. Third quarter, Chase Griner turns on the speed, and the Cobras were up 21-0. Ensuing kickoff, Jesse Truax is ripping through the Cobras, but he fumbles, and the Cobras are back in business again. Bermel buying time. Then he finds Joel Pfeiffer, 28-0 the lead at that point. North Fayette put 3 touchdowns on the board late, but it was too little too late. 34-20 the final.
Well, that was a big deal. I mean, we capitalized on some turnovers, and I thought the kids rallied real well without John in there, and thought we played a great football game on defense.
The Cobras will take on Sheldon in the 2A championship game. Sheldon, a big winner over PCM Monroe, and West Delaware will face perennial power Harlan for the 3A crown. Harlan beat Lamar's tonight, 35-21. Finally, a sad note to pass.
Facing Sheldon, and then at 1 o'clock.
Be there. That single wing offense working to perfection. Chase Griner gives the Cobras their first lead late in the third. The Orebs would tie it and then take the lead on this field goal. Raleigh St. Clair. Guessing he's a soccer player. He guts it. The Cobras, though, they have big John McLaughlin, and what a difference maker he was today. McLaughlin running for 140 yards despite playing with a hip pointer. This is what turned out to be the game winner. Sigourney Keota with another state title, 27-24 the final over Sheldon, and we'll have plenty of reaction from the Dome tonight at 10.
Yeah, some exciting stuff going on there.
Yep.
Thanks, Sean. Appreciate it.
Sigourney Keota and Sheldon, that single wing offense working to perfection. Chase Griner gets the Cobras in the lead in the third quarter. The Orebs would tie it and then take the lead on this field goal from Raleigh St. Clair, but the Cobras went to big John McLaughlin, and what a difference maker he was. McLaughlin with 140 yards on the ground, and he had a hip pointer. This is the game winner, Sigourney Keota, with another state title, 27-24 over Sheldon.
Feels great. I mean, that's what you coach for, I guess, and to try to get kids to commit and to play hard and to think that something's worth going after. And I think our kids certainly have bought into that.
Awesome. Wish we had more games to play, though, but we won the state, so I'm happy.
And that's the end of high school football for the year.
All right, thanks, Sean.
Laughlin, nobody's going to catch him. 47 yards for the touchdown as Sigourney Keota comes from behind to win it 27-24 the final.
Our kids stayed focused. It was on playing as well as we could and being as committed as we could and being as good a people as we can be. And somehow good stuff kind of happens to people that do that.
Cobras finished with a perfect season, winning their 4th title in program history. And, of course, UNI in progress. Sigourney Keota facing Sheldon, second half tied at 14. Chase Griner rolling in from 9 yards out. Sigourney leads 21-14. The 4th quarter, Sheldon leading by 3. Here come the Cobras. John McLaughlin. Nobody's going to catch him. 47 yards for the touchdown as Sigourney Keota scores the come-from-behind win, 27-24.
Strong class of Eastern Iowa's teams on the Unidome gridiron this year. A couple of them even found their way to the top. Last laugh in a back-and-forth battle with Sheldon as the Savage Cobras got a big late third quarter 47-yard touchdown run from John McLaughlin, while the defense held down the stretch, giving the Savage Cobras their 4th state title in school history.
All of us had that determination and confidence that we wanted to be the next ones to win it, and we watched that 2001 team do it, and we knew that's what we wanted to be.
I think that's the whole bunch. I mean, they, from halftime on, I mean, they were resolved that they were going to do it, and they were going to find a way to do it.
The Cobras taking on the Shelton Orbs, tied at 14 in the second half. It's Brandon Lyle taking it for the Cobras. The end around, he gives Sigourney a 21-14 lead, but Sheldon comes back. Shane Still, look at him go. 40 yards, they would add a field goal after this touchdown and take a 24-21 lead. End of the third now. Sigourney's John McLaughlin hiding the ball behind his back and running around the right side, then taking off. He would score. That would be your eventual game winner. The Cobras, 27-24 over Sheldon. They are your 2A champions, and that will wrap up the high school football season for another year.
Kind of sad to see that come to an end.
Always sad, but always fun to see it end in such a thrilling fashion. Every championship game really this year, from 8-man all the way up to 4A, just a terrific game.
An exciting time.
Yep.
Thanks, Jared.
Cobras, all year long, you've played like you're on a mission. For the 4th time, that mission is accomplished. Congratulations to the 2A champions, the Cobras, and their fans from Sigourney Keota.
Trophy presentation made by Bud Legg and Bob Howard and his team, celebrating a state championship here in Class 2A.
A reminder.
Let's take a time out. When we come back, Chuck Reed, hopefully he's going to be with Coach Bob Howard and senior running back John McLaughlin. We'll be right back. The 2A championship goes to the Cobras. Class 2A state championship all said and done. Sigourney Keota gets the win, 27-24 over Sheldon. Chuck Reed down on the sidelines right now with head coach Bob Howard of the Cobras.
Coach, congratulations. It was tough today, but oh, how sweet it must feel.
It's supposed to be tough. It's state championship. They've got a great football team. They made a lot of plays early. I think character was a big deal. That's a coach's cliche, but these kids have been waiting for this for 4 years. And actually, 4 years ago tonight, they sat in our gym when the 2001 team won it, and a kid pointed at them and challenged them to be there when they were seniors. And it's been a heck of a lot of hot summers and hard work, and that's what it's supposed to be. And great character, and the kids made plays when they had to at the end. And I thought our strength and conditioning was a big factor, and just a great football game.
If you could put your finger maybe on one key today, what was it?
Commitment. I mean, as far as one specific play, I think John's long run was a big play. I think Schwanke's interception there at the end was a big play. I mean, there's several of those, but as far as anything just in general, I think it's a commitment and the kind of kids we have. And I don't know that we have the most talented kids, but boy, I know that we've never had a team ever work harder than this, and we've had some pretty good football teams.
Congratulations, and it was great to see a smile on your face after the game.
Well, it doesn't happen very often, but that'll do her. Thank you.
Great job. Here we are with the man of the hour. 40 carries, 182 yards, 2 touchdowns, John McLaughlin. John, I know you had a hip pointer coming into today's game. How you feeling right now?
It hurts, but I can't think about that right now. I was thinking about it. We won the state, and it feels great. It's the best feeling in the world. I don't know how else to describe it. I'm just real excited about this. This is the greatest feeling I've ever felt in my life.
You a little sore right now?
Yeah.
That's all right. That's a good sore, isn't it? Hey, talk about the big touchdown run. You kind of pinned the ball on your hip to hide it. Everything seemed to work just fine after that. A great block from Schwanke. Talk about the play.
Yeah, Schwanke had a great block. You know, he's a heck of a player, and getting down there making that block made it easier for me to get in, you know, and there was one guy to beat and got him. You know, all the linemen did a great job today, and everybody had, defense and everything was just great. I don't know.
I got to ask you, you didn't play much in the semifinal win because of your hip. Were you a little worried, thinking you might not be able to play today, and does that maybe make it a little extra sweet?
Yeah, it does. I wasn't worried about not playing. I've been going to physical therapists and getting better. I felt like I needed to help out the team as much as I could, and if it hurt a little bit today, I figured that was fine. And I played with it, and I just had to get my adrenaline going and forget about it. And I think I did okay, I guess.
You did just fine, young man. Congratulations, and go enjoy this with your teammates, all right? Good job. Mark, back up to you.
Thank you very much. Chuck Reed down there with John McLaughlin. A tremendous day for that young man. 47-yard touchdown run and a 4-yard touchdown run there. 40 carries, 180-some yards. And Sigourney Keota wins the Class 2A state championship game. 3A game is coming up next, and we've got a special on Harlan coach Kurt Blatt coming up soon. Mark Allen with you, along with Dowling coach Tom Wilson. And, Coach, I hate to bring up this memory, but you heard Bob Howard talk about his 2001 state championship team. You had a good seat for that game.
I certainly did, and I've had the chance to coach against Bob Howard 3 times, and the one in 2001 that he was describing of the state championship unfortunately didn't go our way, and then for Sigourney Keota, they had a great team and really beat a great team that we had at Dyke New Hartford. But Bob Howard's one of the best, and he continues to prove that year in, year out.
27-24. The win belongs to Sigourney Keota in this 2A state championship. 27-24 once again. Mark Allen with you up top here in the Unidome. Dowling Catholic coach Tom Wilson with us. Chuck Reed also standing by. Sigourney Keota putting some points up on the board in the fourth quarter to win this one. Sheldon had the early lead thanks to a 25-yard interception return for a touchdown courtesy of Jacob Prowl. That happening 4:25 to go here in the first quarter. And we'll get a look at it. And Coach Wilson, that's just perfect play in the secondary.
It certainly was. And there's a lot of plays were made, and the secondary came up big many times. But again, it comes down to running the football in that offensive line.
Jacob Prowl scoring 2 touchdowns in this game. John McLaughlin also scoring a couple of touchdowns in this game. And yes, the secondary of Sheldon coming away with a couple of interceptions through the course of this game. But the offense of Sigourney Keota just seemed to have an answer, as Griner there with the touchdown. Griner here with another touchdown. The Cobra offense just seemed to have a response to everything Sheldon did. Sheldon would get up, and then the Cobras would come right back. That is a nice 40-yard touchdown run there by Shane Still. Ryan St. Clair with a 31-yard field goal. And John McLaughlin, kind of the hero for Sigourney Keota. That's the game-saving interception there for the Cobras. John McLaughlin, a 47-yard touchdown run, capped off the scoring to make it 27-24. And that was the end of the scoring through the course of that 2A state championship game. So McLaughlin finishing with about 185 yards on 40 carries. Rushing yards, Sigourney Keota 343, Sheldon with 188. Passing yards not there. And both those teams seem to like to throw the ball. Sigourney Keota came in, their quarterback, a 1,000-yard passer, finishing with only 35 in the game.
Well, Coach Howard's obviously opened up his offense the last year or so, and with all the points and the yards that they put up throughout the course of the year, obviously they have the talent to do that, and it was a good move on his part.
3 turnovers for Sigourney Keota, 2 for Sheldon. Time of possession right there, that's amazing. 29 minutes, 42 seconds for the Cobras, 18 minutes, 12 seconds for Sheldon. So the Oreb defense out there for a long time through the course of that game. 27-24 the final. Sigourney Keota winning the 2A state championship game. 3A's coming up next. West Delaware